Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, sis.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Awesome, awesome. Welcome
Yes.
to our 12th episode
Yeah. Wow.
of Spark Speaks podcast. Hey, it's a beautiful Monday morning. Feel like we got a heat wave going on
Absolutely.
since last week. Oh, it's about 25 degrees or so.
Yes.
outside.
And I can tell the difference.
Yes.
It feels much better.
It really does, doesn't it? Oh my goodness. So look, we've got a fun-filled, very serious but fun-filled agenda for today. First, I'd like to wish my long-time BFF, Lena Barnett, a happy birthday. Her
Happy
birthday is
birthday,
tomorrow.
Lena.
My pastor, my bishop. You know, I'm her pastor. She's mine. That's at length. That's long term. Okay. I do have a local pastor, but you know, Lena and I go back a long way
Yes.
since we were 15 years old.
That's saying a
Yeah.
lot.
So happy
Beautiful.
birthday. Enjoy your day tomorrow. Then our cousin, Rosetta Offit.
Yes.
Okay, Rose's birthday. She just had a birthday January 31st. Tamara Young, who was a visitor on, remember?
Yes.
When we had her as a visitor, her birthday. She's had a birthday.
Happy birthday.
Nelson Otano, Detective Nelson Otano. And recently, we've been exchanging a lot on Facebook, but I wanted to wish him a happy birthday as well. He might not remember it, but I remember him from back when I was working in Child Protective Services.
My.
And he was one of the officers who would respond and who would conduct investigations
Okay.
alongside us. Okay. Dr. Vanessa Allen McLeod, the president and CEO of the Urban League.
Oh, yes.
Yes, her
Yes.
she's got a birthday today, I think.
Happy birthday.
My classmate, Katrina Moulton, one of the young ladies that I coached volleyball, Lori Gonzalez.
Oh, my.
She's got a birthday, as does Michael Tolbert, the attorney of
Yes.
Tolbert and Tolbert.
Yes.
Okay. Those are the birthdays that I have for today.
Happy birthday.
You have any birthdays?
Yes, my brother-in-law, Jerry
Okay.
Hildreth.
Okay. Okay.
Today's his birthday. Happy birthday, Jerry.
Happy birthday, Jerry. And also, this is the 100th anniversary of Black History Month.
Is that true?
It started in 1926.
Okay.
Our father of Black History, Carter G. Woodson, started it as a Black History Week. Gerald Ford, President Gerald Ford, then extended it to the entire month. A Republican. In 1976, commemorating the bicentennial celebration.
Okay.
Okay, so I want to see what our current president is going to be saying about Black History Month. I heard, you know, it took him 21 hours to finally acknowledge Martin Luther King's birthday. The whole day went by. And he finally released something about 8 or 9 o'clock that night. In any event.
Yes.
Yes. So, yes, it is Black History Month. And we are going to be talking about some of those in Black history, some of those who have given so much, even their lives.
Yes. Yes.
So that we could afford the civil liberties that we have now.
That are being stripped.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. So look, my shirt says slavery did not benefit Black people. And then on the back, it says, I said, or one more again, slavery did not benefit. This is what Ron DeSantis said back a couple years ago, maybe about 2 or 3 years ago. He and the Florida Education Board for the state of Florida said that they were changing the curriculum to include lessons on how slaves benefited from slavery, some skills that they learned during slavery, as if we didn't have the skills prior to being enslaved. Because we did build the pyramids. That's Northern Africa, folks, just so those who want to claim that that's not Black folk. But in any event, this is Black History Month, and we are commemorating. And I want to suggest a movie every week the first one I'm going to suggest is Rustin.
Oh,
Have you seen that one?
yes. Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent movie about a fella named Baynard Rustin, who was a civil rights activist. And the movie is just absolutely excellent. But he was somebody that I never knew about until the movie came out.
Me as well.
Okay. And the reason why we didn't know about him, and he was one of the biggest organizers of the March on Washington on August 8th, 1968, when the I Have a Dream speech was delivered by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. But the reason why we didn't know much about him is because of his sexual preference.
Absolutely.
And he was a gay man, and he was a homosexual man who was homosexual basically his entire life. And because, especially back then, it was taboo, he instead advised civil rights leaders in the background.
Exactly.
Okay, so he didn't take a very visible role.
Right.
Okay, because of that. But in any event, excellent movie.
Yes.
Excellent movie. So garbage in, garbage out. We did see Republic trucks that same day, last Monday.
Yes, we did.
We saw Republic trucks picking up blue and black garbage cans.
In the city of Gary.
That's they
right.
were Republic trucks. They were not Gary City trucks. So we are still contracting with Republic, and that might be why your bill was so high.
It tripled.
Okay. Wow.
That bill tripled, which is absolutely ridiculous.
The Gary Sanitary District bill.
For one garbage can. And they missed a week. And it still tripled.
So we're going to have to do something about that. Seriously, to our elected officials, please don't make me have to come to the city council meeting and complain about garbage. I don't want to have to do that. We have representation. We have representative government for these issues. Y'all know people been complaining about the garbage pickup. What are you all saying about it? And y'all might have said something about it at the last meeting. I'm going to be honest, I didn't watch it. Okay? But I would hope that you all take care of this issue, as well as refund people their monies upon request if their garbage was not picked up.
Absolutely.
Because y'all stealing our money.
That's right.
Okay? Y'all stealing our money.
Elderly people.
Absolutely. Okay, so, but it looks like things are leveling off a bit. They did pick up our garbage on time. This was the first time they actually picked it up on time.
Okay.
This week, normally they would pick it up the day after or a couple days after, but this time they actually picked it up on time.
Yes.
So they might be, getting accustomed to the route.
Okay.
Next, local news. NIPSCO.
You took the word right out of my mouth.
Or RIPSCO, as they are doing to the people of Northwest Indiana.
I tell you the truth, that bill doubled.
The delivery service charges on my NIPSCO bill went through the roof. $120 for delivery of gas. It's actually higher than the actual gas service. Because I keep mine down low. My son,
Okay.
and he doesn't like it hot, he'll turn the fan on. Okay? So I got mine sitting at 68 right now. Okay? I don't go above 70.
Okay.
I don't cook that much. Okay? So why is my bill? Because y'all decided that you all were going to make improvements to your system, and you're going to put that bill, y'all going to put that onus on us? You're going to pass that on to the customer? To the consumer? Are you serious right now? And watch this. And this is what I'm getting ready to. Somebody going to be mad, but I don't care.
Okay.
Okay, because the reason that this, and the title of this episode is We the People. This is all about the people.
Yeah.
Okay. So we elect our leaders on the local level, and local meaning city, or town, or township, or unincorporated, as well as county. That's local as well.
Okay.
Then we have our state leaders, and then we have our national or federal level leaders, right? And each tier is responsible for some level of leadership. Okay? So, for NIPSCO, the Indiana Utility Regulators Commission is an appointed board.
Okay.
Appointed solely by the governor. Okay? So Governor Braun appoints. It's not a board that is approved by, for instance, the Indiana state senators. Okay? These folk are friends of the governor, or cronies, or, whatever of the governor. He selects these people. And last summer, they were conducting public hearings for a requested increase by NIPSCO. And I didn't attend. Okay, I was going through personal stuff. I'm sitting back watching, watching. Getting my life together.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of people who did attend, and one of those hearings was in Gary. And the mayor of Gary didn't show up. Neither did a representative from his administration. And my take on that is because the mayor of Gary, Eddie Melton, is a former NIPSCO employee.
Okay.
His chief operating officer, Mike Suggs, retired from NIPSCO.
Okay.
And Eddie's wife is a current employee of NIPSCO. And I'm sure they donated to his campaign. Okay?
Okay.
So it's almost impossible for him to say something. Okay? You gonna criticize NIPSCO, your wife gonna lose her job. You gonna criticize NIPSCO, we gave you, umpteen dollars for your campaign. You gonna criticize NIPSCO, we took care of you. You didn't have to show up for work. You was, gallivanting across the state campaigning. Okay, that sort of thing, right? But it is incumbent upon our elected officials to fight for we the people.
Yes.
Okay? This is my angry black woman attire. This is my angry black woman face. I am angry, and we should be angry. There was a protest yesterday that dozens of people showed up. I told you I wasn't coming yesterday because Sunday is for church for me. Okay? But a young fellow who worked on one of my campaigns, Jason Bingham, he went. Okay. And he did a Facebook Live, and I saw his stuff, as well as Adrian Santos was there, North Township trustee. Hey, Adrian, he's a friend of mine. But there were dozens of people out there protesting NIPSCO, because this is something, guys, we have senior citizens who are on afford.
That's right.
We have families with children who cannot afford these increases, the doubling
The astronomical
Absolutely.
increases.
And this is an issue for our elected officials to take up. If you don't like me saying that you can't say anything, your hands are tied because you have a personal stake in NIPSCO, then get off your butt and go down there and talk to the president of NIPSCO.
Now I know you're angry.
Okay? Because that's a cuss word for me.
That's rare, yes.
This is absolutely ridiculous.
It is.
And anybody who goes along with it, you don't just get to sit there in that seat and not defend and fight for your citizens. And this is a huge issue for everybody.
It should be.
Including businesses.
Okay.
Okay? Small businesses can't afford for their NIPSCO bill to be doubled. While you making $10 million.
Yes.
I don't know what the CEO of NIPSCO making. Let me look that up. Okay? Why don't you look that up for me? You got your phone. How much is he making?
Let's see here.
Okay. So, in any event, there is another protest on Wednesday. I believe it starts at noon, and this time is going to be out at the NIPSCO headquarters in Maryville at 801 East 86th Avenue. And you don't, I think it's from like 12 or
12
1 to 5.
million, $12.7 million.
See, I was close. 12.7 million. Can I have some of that 12.7 million to pay for my NIPSCO bill, sir? What's his name?
I don't know. Lloyd M. Yates.
Mr. Yates. That $12 million can pay for a whole bunch of people's NIPSCO. Okay? So, in any event, there is another protest again on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, at the NIPSCO headquarters, 801 East 86th Avenue. I believe it's from 12 to 5. Y'all look it up. Google it just like I did. And you don't have to stay the whole time, but at least come out and show your disdain.
And he got a raise last year.
See?
20% raise.
I guess so. He raised our bill. And he got it approved by the state appointed gubernatorial appointed board. Yeah. That's
a hard bullet to bite.
I mean, come on, man. Come on.
That's difficult.
It is difficult.
It is difficult.
That's a whole month and a half of gas fill up for your car. That's water and GSD bill. Okay. Let me not do that. Okay. Guys, 2026 elections, they're heating up. And I tried to get Michelle Feynman to go ahead and upload the actual listing for those who have filed, but they keep uploading the wrong one. The updated one is there for Republicans, but not for Democrats. And let me take another look at it and see if they finally fixed it. And they did not. This one is still, Michelle, I'm calling you out now. We talked this morning. I texted her this morning to see if she would see, and she thought it was fixed, I'm sure she instructed somebody to download the right one, and they downloaded the wrong one again. This one is from January 13th. So there have been more people who have filed their candidacies, and I'm just going to go from the ones that I remember. Nick Petrovsky has filed his candidacy for county auditor. So now we have 3 people who have filed for county auditor against the current incumbent, Peggy Katona. And that's unusual. Peggy and John Patalis, they switch those offices. They do auditor and treasurer every 8 years, and they switch over. But it appears that from what I heard, word on the street is Peggy hadn't been coming into the office lately. So I guess people saw an opportunity to run against her. Peggy is my friend. I know Gina and I know Nick.
Is she okay?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I haven't. I might reach out to her and see how she's doing.
Okay.
Okay. So we got the current recorder, Gina Pimentel, as well as Nick Petrovsky. He ran for recorder. He came in second when Regina first ran, and it was like a minuscule amount. Yeah. So he's running for auditor. Oh, what's this guy's name? Angela Guernsey is running for Ross Township. She's the current Ross Township assessor. Okay?
Okay.
Angie Guernsey is.
Uh-huh.
Well, she has an opponent and a fella named Leonard White, who is a former Maryville councilman.
Oh, okay.
Okay? And that's going to be interesting because Angie she's never run, she's always been unopposed.
Okay.
Okay? So that's going to be interesting. That was the last interesting because Leonard is not an assessor. Okay, he doesn't have the credentials, just like Cozy Weatherspoon didn't have the credentials when he ran for Calumet Township Assessor, but because of name recognition, he won, and he passed the assessor's test and got his credentials.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm sure Leonard can, pass the test. He can read, so he can pass the test. But that's going to be interesting. That's going to be interesting.
All right.
Okay. Guys, this coming Friday is the last date for you to file your candidacy for any office for this year. Okay? This coming Friday at noon. And it would be incumbent upon you to get your candidacies filed. Precinct committee people, Democratic precinct committee people. It's a bunch of openings.
Oh, wow.
Young people, if you want to get started in politics, this is the way to do it. Okay? By running as a precinct committee person. I'm actually thinking about filing for precinct committee person in my new precinct, G51. I'll let you guys know if I decide to do that. So that's a precinct committeeman's spot. And in my precinct, there is the senior high rise on 32nd and Pierce.
Yeah, well, Big Mom used to be.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's also where we vote. So again, I've just been in this precinct since I moved in to the new house.
Oh, they're going to love you.
Oh, praise God.
You know that.
Oh, I work hard.
Yeah, for the people.
Yeah, we the people.
That's right.
It's all about the people. It is. It's all about the people. Okay, so guys, please, this is my last chance to implore you. Run for precinct committee person. It's such an easy thing to do. And most of the time, you won't even have an opponent. Okay? And that's in any precinct. If you're running as a Democrat, this year is your opportunity. Okay? Don't complain. Because you can't run again for 4 more years.
And at 12:01.
Okay?
Forget it.
Forget about it. Okay? And I think that is all I have on the elections. It's going to be closing Friday, so Monday we're going to have a hot show.
Ooh.
Okay, let's see who all did their filings. Okay, all right. And I want to make this announcement. After filing closes, and if you don't plan on withdrawing your candidacy, you can come on this show as a guest. Okay?
Yes.
I've already had a few people to reach out to me.
Good.
To see if they can come on the show. And yes, originally I was going to charge y'all because we got a, pretty good listening audience. We average, about between 12 and 1,700.
That's a good
views.
Start.
That's a good start. Real good start. And on those types of shows, Like when I first came on Chuck Pullen's show in the morning, we got over 7,000 views from my Facebook page on that particular show. So if you are a candidate, and this is non-discriminatory, I don't care if you're a Democrat or Republican. If you're running for office, we'll give you some time on this show.
Good.
Okay?
That's good.
All right. So let's get to it. Don Lemon and Georgia Fort. The arrest of two journalists in Minnesota as they were covering a church protest that, a young lady, at least two others were arrested, Chantel Allen and Nikema Levy Armstrong. She's an attorney. And they had gone to this church in St. Paul, Minnesota, who the pastor of the church is an ICE director area.
Oh.
So that's why they went to the church to protest against ICE. Well, they interrupted the service. Okay?
Okay.
Don Lemon and Georgia Fort. Georgia Fort is an independent journalist. Don Lemon is a former anchorman for CNN. And he has his own platform now. And he's bigger than we ever imagined that Don Lemon could be because of this arrest.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
Now, let me get my trusty, dusty Constitution. Amendment number 1.
Yes.
Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievances. This is the First Amendment. The most important one. The one that they thought was after they done the Constitution, these are the things that we have to add. The first thing we got to do is freedom of the press.
Freedom.
They were covering the protest. They weren't protesting. They were covering the protest. So, to my MAGA people, I love y'all. And if somebody were to come to my church protesting, I'd probably be angry too. As a matter of fact, there was a white gentleman who went to Jamal Bryant's church, New Birth in Atlanta, and was disruptive in his church, protesting, calling him all manner of evil. Disruptive. Disrupted their services. Okay, just like the protesters did in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Okay.
They did not arrest that white fella.
Of course not.
Okay, but they arrested. Now, they know who he is because he was all over social media as well. Find him, go arrest him. And until you do that, this is not equitable.
It's not.
Okay?
It's not.
We do not arrest journalists. That's one of the steps in fascism. Okay? We do not imprison journalists.
You didn't. But with this administration now, they think they can walk all over people's rights.
So where are our representatives? What? Help me to understand. Okay, so our constitutional rights are being abridged. Our constitutional rights are being trampled on. Our civil liberties are being walked on as we speak.
Every day.
This is the angry black woman look again. Now, I get angry about things like this because this is the country that I love. This is a country, like I said, my country, 'tis of thee. Sweet land of liberty.
Not anymore.
Bring me your poor, your tired, your huddled masses. What in the fruition is going on? What's really going on in America?
They want to turn back the hands of time.
Oh. So these are steps. These are steps in fascism. Okay. These are the things that they do. They arrest. Look, while we were waiting on the Epstein files, which they released 3 million documents, they thought that they could just push them out, and ain't nobody gonna read them like that. Oh, but did they read those things fast?
Oh my.
Okay, so while we were waiting on the Epstein files, all of this stuff is going on. They bombing boats in the Caribbean. They've arrested the Venezuelan president and his wife. They released Martin Luther King documents. They released JFK documents. They bomb Nigeria. They all of these are distractions for the release of the Epstein files. So then they released the Epstein files this weekend. And guess what was in the Epstein file? First, guess who was in the Epstein file?
Well, we already know.
Okay, Donald Trump. Guess who was not in the Epstein files? Barack Obama.
Yeah.
Okay, just so y'all know, neither Michelle nor Barack Obama are in the Epstein files. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Y'all can talk about our president all you want to, but he ain't in the Epstein files, and he didn't go to Epstein Island. As a matter of fact, Epstein said they didn't want, was it Epstein? It was somebody in them files, and because I read a lot of stuff over the weekend.
Okay.
That they said the reason why there were no black girls as victims is because they didn't want no the N word on that island. Thank y'all.
Yes.
We appreciate it.
Thank you. Ooh.
Okay, so in the meantime and in between time, we've got a president who there were allegations made by a couple 13-year-olds that he forced them to perform oral sex, and one of them bit him.
Good.
You weren't expecting that part.
Should have bit it off.
Okay. That was again. That was an allegation. That was an allegation. Then there was. Let me go to this where I shared my.
There were some victims that did not want to be publicized.
Yes, that's true. That's true. That is absolutely true. And of course, they don't want to especially let everybody know who they are. So I'm reading from a signed petition from a witness. And this person, they're calling her Tiffany Doe. It's a pseudonym. And it says, this is from the Epstein files. I personally witnessed Defendant Trump telling the plaintiff that she shouldn't ever say anything if she didn't want. Let me do this. Okay. If she didn't want to disappear. Hold on, let me go back. If she didn't want to disappear like the 12-year-old female, and they've redacted the name of the female, and that he was capable of having her whole family killed. Okay. After leaving the employment of Mr. Epstein in the year 2000, I was personally threatened by Mr. Epstein that I would be killed and my family killed as well if I ever disclosed any of the physical and sexual abuse of minor females that I had personally witnessed Mr. Epstein or any of his guests. I am coming forward to swear to the truthfulness of the physical and sexual abuse that I personally witnessed of minor females at the hands of Mr. Trump and Mr. Epstein during my time of employment between the years of 1990 and 2000 for Mr. Epstein.
Repulsive.
But he's our president.
He's your president.
He sits in the office
Okay.
of president of the United States of America and sits behind a resolute desk in the White House. And people are protecting
This pedophile.
And they haven't come to he hasn't had his day in court. But he hasn't had his day in court because they keep protecting him. Okay? Now, people are saying, well, why, these records were available in 2016. Was it 2016 or 2018 or 2000, whatever it was, right? When Biden was president, he couldn't, because it was an ongoing investigation.
Absolutely.
And they had not yet been cleared to release these files. Okay?
Right.
All right. Now it's time for y'all to do something. In the meantime and in between time, we're going to go on. You got anything else to say about the pedophile in the White House?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Let's talk about immigration. Okay?
Oh.
And these last few minutes, I just want to go over a little bit about immigration and the laws that, and I'm not an immigration attorney by any means. I just, I do reading comprehension pretty well.
Okay.
And I read a few things about immigration and why in the world are they able to just go in to businesses. And they say that they're going to have an operation at the Super Bowl next Sunday. Okay. And they're going to, and I'm sitting up here like, what is wrong with these people? Do they understand that they are violating our Fourth Amendment rights to be free from unlawful searches and seizures? Okay.
Yes, they understand that.
But what I learned from reading is that they do not have to have a warrant. ICE does not have to have a judicial warrant. That is a warrant signed by a judge in order to detain somebody that they believe is an undocumented immigrant. As long as they don't detain him from inside his house.
What?
Exactly. If they are in public, if they are at their place of business, okay? If they at work on the farm.
And look what Indiana is doing.
Exactly. Look at Indiana. Hold that thought.
Okay.
Hold that thought.
Okay.
What they are saying and what the law says is that they have to have an administrative warrant, and that can be signed by any ICE official.
Oh.
Exactly. That's how. But don't open the door for them. And what they did with that little Liam fella with the little 5-year-old with the little rabbit hat, they lured his father outside of the house.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yes.
You holding a 5-year-old outside his house. Who wouldn't come outside for their child? But in order to take you from your house, they must have, or inside your house, they must have a warrant signed by, because do you know that being an undocumented immigrant is not a criminal offense? The only time it's a criminal offense, and it's a criminal offense, it is a misdemeanor. A misdemeanor. Just like not stopping at the traffic sign. Okay? It's a misdemeanor to cross the border illegally. It's a misdemeanor.
And they're making it seem like it's the worst crime on earth.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Okay? Then, after you're here and you've been here for some time illegally, undocumented, you stay beyond your visa, okay, or the time that you said you were going to be here with your passport, whatever the case may be, it's still a civil penalty. It's not a felony. It's not a crime. Okay? It's only a crime if you've done it multiple times.
Okay.
Okay? And so when they come with their warrant, it's an administrative warrant. And when I was on the council in the city of Gary, we passed a welcoming city ordinance.
Okay.
Okay? Just below a sanctuary city. We said that local law enforcement did not have to cooperate with ICE.
Okay.
Okay? Because we've got undocumented immigrants who are not felons, who are just trying to make a living. Now, there should be a pathway. Don't get me wrong. I don't believe that you should come over here legally. Again, I do not believe that you should come over here illegally. I believe that you should come here legally and then be afforded an opportunity for citizenship.
Yes.
Okay? If that's what you want. But what has happened is, so when we passed that ordinance, some people filed a lawsuit against the city of Gary, and it went all the way to the Supreme Court.
Oh.
And guess what the Supreme Court said? They had no standing. Okay? So we were a welcoming city. It went to the Supreme Court of the state of Indiana. I'm sorry.
Okay.
To the state of Indiana.
Okay.
And again, they had no standing because they weren't harmed by that law. Okay? So we were cool. Then your bright Indiana Attorney General, Todd Rokita, decided that he wanted to sue cities that had welcoming city ordinance. Us, East Chicago, West Lafayette, and somebody else, Monroe County, I think it was. And they passed a law that if we weren't being cooperative or whatever, that the Attorney General could sue.
Okay.
So, and that was in 2023, 2024, some 7 years later. And the city of Gary passed it without even talking about it. They repealed the welcoming city because they scared. They don't want to fight for nobody. Okay? They're comfortable. And I remember when, again, I was on the council and the GEO group came. They wanted to put a detention center.
Yes, I remember that.
Man, we had undocumented immigrants coming out the woodwork to that meeting.
Okay.
Okay. And they would come. There was one cat there who said he was in this country 25 years and he'd been working and whatnot, but he just, and I felt, some kind of way about it. Dude, what's up? But we didn't have ICE there. We weren't going to call ICE on this fella because all he wanted to do was have, now, go get your papers. Go on, get your stuff straight.
Okay.
But folk like Roy Dominguez was there, Pastor Sherrill was there, and we defeated. They wanted that. I mean, the city of Gary wanted the detention center for the monetary value. Okay? And it was a fight to the finish. That was when they was doing a whole lot of gaveling of me, and I had to learn, and I ended up beating them with Robert's Rules of Order. Okay?
Yes.
But we defeated that. In any event, you were going to say about the state of Indiana.
Yes.
As we are wrapping up. Go ahead.
Expound on that. Refresh my memory.
So the state of Indiana is in session right now, Indiana General Assembly, and they are trying to pass a law that we must cooperate
with ICE.
Local law enforcement must cooperate with ICE. Now, that is because there is no federal law stating that we must cooperate. They can detain if they want to. But in that detention process, they can only hold them for 48 hours. And then their laws are being their rights are being violated because you can't hold anybody without a judicial warrant. Okay. And so, guys, look, I don't know everything about immigration. I don't know everything about this Constitution, but I can read, and I can give my analysis of what's going on in our country. And our rights are being trampled on a daily basis. Don Lemon and Georgia Ford, somebody make it make sense how our journalists are being arrested for covering a protest. Not participating, but covering a protest.
Exactly.
Okay? And that's what we do. That's how the civil rights movement gained notoriety in the 60s. They were trying to compel the media. At that time, it was just television and radio. But they needed cameras to come to Selma and to Montgomery and to all of those cities in the South. And that's what happened. When people saw that Sheriff Bull Connor was sicking dogs on black people, on students, on children, when they saw the water hoses, okay, that's when the civil rights movement really took off. Okay, so again, guys, if you don't want to live in a fascist country, it's fast becoming fascist. There is also, again, I'm going to repeat, a protest against NIPSCO in Maryville on Wednesday. Anything else? Any last words at all?
Be safe.
Be safe. Be safe. Thank you, Lynette. Thank you, Swade. We appreciate you guys. Spark Speaks. We're out.